Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Mixed Mower. Got my Riley boy here. Today is Saturday, the weekend. Just had your haircut this morning, very good. However, he didn't do particularly well because he didn't have his behavioural meds. We forgot the woman was coming, so he had to have his haircut without having his medication first, which just grounds him. So he was just a little bit over top, but we managed it. I had to cut this around my ears, didn't I? But it's not too bad. Before we get on, you did see in another video, I had a T-shirt from Mend It Man. Yeah, hang on, buddy. I did think I lost this. Here it is there. I did think I lost that, but actually I have found it. And this is a sticker from Mr. Mend It Man. Let me just flash it about so the old light don't get it. So I've got a sticker there from Mend It Man. He does exactly the same as me, just better. And he does all sorts of videos. A few little family videos on there, fixing vehicles, fixing lawnmowers, trimmers, log splitters and scooters, and does pretty much everything. So go and check him out. Sit down, buddy boy. So go and check him out. That's Mr. Mend It Man. Go and check him out. He's got a brand new sticker range out now, and I've got a T-shirt as well. It says 1-2 on there. So thank you for that, Mend It Man. Much appreciated. You all right? You up there? You getting sorted out, are you?
Yeah.
Good lad. Got your Terrell T-shirt on today. What does Terrell say? Grass rats yo. Exactly that. So today is just a quick little video. I sold a lawnmower. I sold an Atco Balmoral 20SK, which you'd seen a video on recently. That's gone to Germany, funnily enough. First time I've sort of shipped abroad, or shipped out of the UK. Yeah, second. Lawnmower name Atco. Yeah, so that's gone to Germany. However, the gentleman who purchased it off of me, he's noticed that I've now got a 17SK, and he wants that one as well. So that one is also going to Germany also, but there's a few bits just missing on the lawnmower. The lawnmower runs A1, and I shall show you that in the video, but it runs absolutely sweet as a nut. I picked this up off of my local marketplace. It was quite local actually, it was only up in Chichester way. And the machine was running, but just not running particularly well. I did a carburetor clean on it, and it now runs A1. It's been recently serviced, so the air filter's quite good, the spark plug's good. I had done an oil change anyway, because it's got a Kawasaki engine on it, but just got to do a few little bits and pieces to it, and just to double check it's all good to go before I put it on a pallet and ship it out. If this is your first time in watching Mixed Mowers, hit the subscribe button, whack the old bell. Set notifications to all, that way you'll be told when I've done a video, or two of them on my Saturday night weekly live stream, which starts at 6:30 PM at UK time, to come and check us out. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty, and let's get this little lawnmower ready for shipping. But first things first, I suppose we better put Mend It Man up on the old sticker wall. I've got quite a few stickers now. I'm quite pleased with the old sticker wall. I've got quite a few stickers. Let me just adjust my old tripod a touch. There you go, so you guys can see what's going on.
Up there.
No, I don't think it'll fit there, mate. No, it won't fit. He's only just got his stickers together, so we're going to go right up in here, just below Grandpa's workshop. And next to Dirtfoot Racing. So there you are. There's Mend It Man sticker up on the old board. So if you want to send me a sticker, email me up, and I'll put you up on my old wall of shame. All right, here it is. Atco Balmoral 17SE. Oh, sorry, no, 17S. It's not the E version. It's not got the electric start on it. It's pretty much all ready to go, apart from one or two bits and bobs on it. Yeah, okay, go and stand there, mate. Go on, where you go? Go around behind me then, buddy. Say bye, guys.
Bye, Dad. Bye, Daddy.
Right, you're also going to see Nana. So here it is, as I say, 17SK, Kawasaki engine on. These are the sought after ones. But it was missing just one or two parts, and the gentleman said, any chance you can get them bits for me just to make it complete. It doesn't come with a scarifier unit. He wanted the scarifier unit, but they don't come as standard with a scarifying unit. And the scarifying units are quite expensive, so I'm just hoping that this part is the right part that I ordered. Let's double check. Yeah, it should be. So I had to order two parts. This part here, that was about £8, and this part here, which is comes under as adjustment washer. I think it's described as. Does it say? Yeah, cut height indicator dial. Code is RS49317 is what it says, and that's come from Uxbridge. And all it is just down here is a little tiny height adjustment indicator down here. And all they do is they just literally push in, and I think as people cut their lawns, they just fall off. So what I generally do is got a few little bits of plastic here that you can actually just, I put some self-tappers in is what I do. So that this plastic bit here, that just sits in there like so, and then this little tiny rod, a gap, fits on that little rod just there. And there's only a few places it can go, so just literally fit that little tiny bit there, that goes onto that little tiny arm. So let's just put that on there first. That goes on there like that, you see. And then that bit then sits into there like that, yeah? And it will only go one way. So that's in. Have it round so you can see the numbers. Stands half a chance in. That sits on the little dial, just there. And then all you do is rotate it so these just sit inside the clips. A bit fiddly. Oh yeah, there. That's it. And that's it. Now what I sometimes do is I sometimes just put 3 little self-tapping screws in there just to hold it on, because they do come off and just push on. So now if I adjust this gauge, push it up in the air a bit, we should now start to see this adjustment. Yeah, it's moving. This adjustment now moving up, and it'll give you your height indicator on here. That's all the way up the top and all the way down the bottom. So I might have to move that round slightly. But it's not actually. That's going to be shortest cut, so that's going to be highest cut. That's going to be around about there somewhere then, okay. So let's now put that back onto there. Just make sure it's in the right location. So it's going to be around about there somewhere, I'll say. Just a bit fiddly just to get it all in place. Get on there. That's it. Right, where's them little clips? There, and there. That's got to go about there, we say. Right, so now if I drop it down to the lowest setting, that's highest setting, drop it down to its lowest setting, all the way down, that's 3mm, 2mm, going down to 1mm. Yeah, that's it. So that's that. So that was one part that just needed doing. Total cost of that's around about 15 quid, something like that, give or take, maybe just a bit more. But it was missing, and you can just get them off of eBay. Is the best place to find them, or just straight off of Google. Now the next thing I have to do, I have noticed on this machine that this machine actually has a bit of a fuel leak. It's just a very small weep, and it's coming from this fuel tap bowl just here. And I've tried to fix it, but every time I do it up, it literally just, it's not even dripping, it's just, you can just see it here, see? It's just throwing a little tiny weep out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try today to change the tap. Now, I couldn't actually find the original tap for it. Couldn't find it at all. Non-existent, so to speak. So I have bought this little fuel tap, which is about the nearest I could find on it. Now I don't know why it continues to weep, but every time I do it, it just keeps throwing a little weep out. So what I'm going to try and do, which way is the fuel go? Does it tell you? Don't suppose it do. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, fuel goes that way. So if I turn it on, that's off and on. So I'm guessing fuel goes that way there. So I might try and mount that just behind that pull cord assembly, just about there. If it'll have it. I might try and mount it there, or if not, it's going to have to be mounted down here somewhere. I would like it to go there. That'd be perfect for me, but it's the wrong angle, you see. So I've got to try and adapt that to fit, so that we can turn the fuel on and off. It would be nice if it could go just like that. That'd be lush. Just to turn it on and off, but it's got to be mounted to that plate. So there's a mount for it, but this bracket is going to be completely the wrong angle for it. So I might have to do a bit of a adaptation with that. So let me get some forceps, tap the fuel off. We'll undo this tap here, then we can see what we've got, and I'll show you the problems I'm having with this one here. Right, I've got my fuel tapped off, the machine's turned off. Let's just try and remove this this fuel clamp hose. There's one there to do, and there's also one at the back here to do as well. I've just loosened the bolt off at the top of the fuel tap that holds the fuel tap on. I might just have a quick little look at this to see if I can't get it to hold again, but no matter what I do, it just does not want to sit on here, and just keeps leaking the fuel. Well, not even leaks, it's just a drip, literally just a drip. Or a weep. I only noticed it because when I was cleaning the machine up, I just kept getting this wetness on my finger. Try and remove that fuel clamp hose, that fuel hose without breaking it. Would be good. Not the easiest of things to do. Let's get a bit of a twist up. Cool. That's on there. Let's get a flat-headed driver. So I want it right for the gentleman that's buying it. You see, I don't want it. You know, it's going a long way, so he can't just say, "Oh, you." You know what I mean? I'm bringing it back because it's going all the way over Germany. That's got to be right. As are all my mowers. If my mowers aren't right, they don't get sold. Right, here goes a fuel tap. Happy with that, a fuel pipe. Okay, I'll disconnect this one. That'll now drop out. Pardon me. And then I can then twist that one off. Now what I could do is, thinking about it, I could literally just try and take this bracket off and bend it so it goes the other way. But here's the offending article. And no matter what I do to this, I've tightened it right up. Let me get over the bench and I'll show you. Right, get up on the bench. Let's get my Versa tray out. Set that down. Let's put that other light on so you can see a bit better as well. Bom bom. Okay, so here's the little fuel tap, and it's such a simple little design. There's nothing sort of in there that would cause any issues. And it's on a relatively tight. I tried just doing it loose, but every single time it literally just does not want to seat. That only goes one way. It's got to go that way. It can't go any other way. And you've got a little tiny O-ring in here which sits in there like so. That's how that sits.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, buddy.
What's that?
Petrol. That then sits into there and does up. That's it. That's all it does. And no matter what I do, I just cannot get that fuel tap to stop weeping. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to nick that up very slightly. It doesn't want a lot. It shouldn't be on my tight anyway. Just going to nick it up so it's tight. That's it. And then I'm going to put that back onto the machine just to see if that's fixed it or stopped it. It's the first time I've had it taken off, so I just tried nicking it up on the machine. It's like either a mouse has been gnawing at that, but that's not where it's weeping from. I've seen it coming down the side here. So let's hook it back up, see if we haven't fixed it, but if not, we'll have to figure something else. Right, back over onto the machine. Here's my fuel line, and we want to come in off the top, which is this one. So let's just put that on. And we're going to bring the clamp down as well, just so we're getting no fuel dropping down. We'll loosely fit this one as well, just so we've got a sealed unit. And we're going to put that clamp on there as well. It'd be great if it fixed it, but I don't think it will have. So now we're going to turn the fuel off, which is as is, release some fuel, and then turn the fuel on. Right, so the bowl's just filled up now with petrol. Just give it 2 seconds, just to come on down through, and then I'm going to get a bit of blue roll. Which has got no fuel deposits on it. Underneath the bowl, you see, every single time I put that on there, it weeps. Now it's not weeping from here or from here, none of those. It's actually weeping from that O-ring. So I could just get a new O-ring for it, but I don't have one to fit. I don't think it's coming from there, although it could be. I don't think it is. Do you know what? I think it could be. Yeah, it could be coming from there, Mick. Maybe there's a little pinhole mark in there. Seems if I tip it up onto its side, we're getting a very, very small amount where either a mouse has chewed it or something like that. So what I'm going to do, I'll do just for the experiment, I'm going to shut my fuel back off again, disconnect that, dry this all out, and I'm going to get my soldering gun and try and just plastic weld that little tiny bit just there. That could be where it's coming from. We might. I've just fixed it. So we shall see. Let's tear this all apart again, clean it all out, rinse with maybe a bit of water so it's not flammable. And I'm going to try and plastic weld this little tiny bowl bit just here. Okay, so what I've done here just for the moment is I've got just some petrol in here, okay. I'll give us a little bit of a clean without spilling any of the petrol on the outside. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Let's dry that all off. Right, so there's now no petrol on the outside of this cylinder. Okay, so now if I find a clean bit of a rag and just test that on the side here. Yeah, look. See that? We're getting the residue just there. Let's get a clean bit of rag. That's bone dry, so nothing's fallen out the cylinder. There you go. That's where it is. So we're happy with that. So now, hopefully, if that will take a plastic weld, we might just fix that. So let's get it so that it doesn't catch fire, and then I'll just spray it with some water, clean it right out, leave it for 2 or 3 minutes just to evaporate off, and then I'll come back to you in 2 ticks. Okay, so this has had 2 or 3 minutes now just to evaporate all fuel off. Wash it with water as well, and as you can see with a lighter, it doesn't go woof, otherwise you'll be missing eyebrows, people. So I've just got my my soldering gun here, which is nice and hot now, and all I'm going to do literally is, there must be a little tiny pinhole prick in here somewhere. All I'm going to try and do is just literally smooth out these areas on here. I don't go too deep, if I can help it. And just run my soldering gun over the top. That's all I want to do. Okay. So now I'm going to get a little bit of water and just test that. Because what I may have to do is actually inject some plastic onto there, just so I can add material. So I can get a cable tie and just melt a cable tie onto that area there. So let me just test it very, very quickly, and I'll be back in 2 ticks. Okay, so I've got some deionized water just here. We don't need a lot. half a cap should give us enough for an experiment. So some deionised water, a little tiny syringe of some description, just to pick some water up. I'm going to put the water above that line. So we have it halfway above. Get my blue rag. Nothing. Yeah, I think we're in the clear. Yeah, nothing at all. So just by heating up my soldering gun and just smearing out that plastic and melting the plastic so it welds itself together has caused that. I reckon a little mouse here got hold of that and started gnawing the side of it. That's what I think happened. But there's no fluid there at all coming out. So let's now fit that back to the tap. And in fact, I'm going to fit it to the machine, I think. And we'll see if that hasn't indeed fixed it, number one. Obviously, the gentleman's going to see that there and say, oh, what's that all about? It's just been plastic welded. So that's what we do, just to try and get around certain issues. But it doesn't look pretty, but it's designed to stop the fuel leak. So hopefully that has fixed it. Right, back onto the machine again then. But I want to remove... I'm trying to, there's no bits here, Mick. I want to remove the fuel hoses. Back off the machine again without splitting any pipes. Should have done it off camera, would have saved about an hour. And we all know that Mick loves fuel clamps. You've got to have them. There's one. This is the hardest one to remove because it's well on there. You start spinning it, that's not too bad then. Okay, done. Let's put a little bit of paper up there, take that fuel off. So now we can dry it right off. I don't want no leaks when we go to refit it. And grab my blue roll. It's got to be right, as I say, the gentleman's paying good money and it's going abroad, so it's got to be right, baby. So that's all good. So we can now fit the O-ring, and it only goes one way. There's a little tiny collar which sits down inside, like so. And then get your bowl. It sits over the top. That then sits down on there like so. I'm going to get me set of pipe wrenches and just nick that up. Not tight, but it's got to be on there. So it forms a good seal. I'm not worried about hiding it, nothing like that at all. That don't bother me because we've done a repair. I'm going to put this one on first because this is going to be a bit of a pickle to fit. I can't, can I? Donut. That's got to go onto there. That goes onto there. We'll screw that down. Just going to nick that up slightly. Doesn't have to be on there tight, and you just only got to hold it still. That'll do. I might have to remove said airbox to do it. I think we're going to have to. I didn't want to. I don't want to muck up a carburetor really. Let me grab a impact. What is it? 10mm on there, isn't it? remove this little tiny metal plate, and then this little tiny air box, and it's got a overhead valve breather pipe on the back of it. Take that off. That's it. Now we'll expose the carby. Oh, not the old camera. That's a problem when you're working in close proximity. Make sure there's no splits in this fuel hose. Don't think there is. That can then be pushed down. I'm getting a bit of seeping. Now that's actually my pliers are actually wet with fuel, or is there actually a split in that fuel pipe? My pliers are wet. So that can now sit down onto there. Get the fuel clamp, sit that onto there, and then this one comes around the back. That sits onto there. And we're going to do that one up as well, if I can see it. Ooh. It'd be great if this has fixed it. Excuse my head being in the way, but I've got to see what I'm doing. So fuel's turned off. We're now going to release the fuel clamp. So there's no fuel coming down yet, but then I'm going to turn my clamp on. You'll see that this bowl fill up. Make sure we've got fuel in the system, which we have. Let's just put it onto choke. That's it. New bit of roll. Now the funny thing is when this when it had the hole in it, that actually filled up with fuel, but I'm not seeing no fuel in there. So maybe we now have an airlock. We have no liquid at all coming down through, which is good. Yeah, perfect. But what I want to do, just to double check that, is I'm going to remove this fuel hose here. And I then want to just remove this fuel pipe, just so we can run some fuel down. So that's now filled up with fuel, the bowl has. With an airlock in there. That's what I was suspecting of. Put that fuel clamp back on now. You get a better pair of pliers for that. God, that's fiddly, that is. Right, that's better. Right, that's that. We're now going to just clean this area up. Get rid of all any excess fuel. Like so. I now want to get a screwdriver and undo this this bleed screw to make sure we're getting fuel up as far as the carburetor. So by undoing this screw here, should give us fuel coming out. Yeah, there you go. So we've got fuel coming out. So that's lush. Clean it all off. So moment of truth, we've now got fuel coming down, fuel in the bowl, fuel taps turned on, and fuel coming out the carby. So we've got everything we need to have, but have we stopped that fuel leak? I hope we have. So a bit of clean rag with no fuel on it at all, completely clean. And just going to dab onto the affected area. Booyah. Nothing there. Nothing. Bone dry. Nothing at all. That's just a rip. Yes, so I'm well happy now. I haven't got to muck about and try and fix this fuel tap on. So well happy with that. We've got a fix. I can now put my airbox back on, and don't forget your overhead valve breather pipe. That goes on. Turn it off a choke. Little tiny metal plate goes on. two 10 mils. One there. Lovely. Air filter and box back on. Air filter's pretty good condition for what it is. It's not bad at all. It could do with replacing, but the machine wasn't serviced. Solder's running, fully running. The air filter's good. That goes onto there. Let's try and fit all this lot on together. The old Kawasaki's, they are a bit cramped for space, but do you know what? They are a fantastic little engine. Without a doubt, they are a really good little engine on these. That all goes onto there. Push that on. Do that little tiny nut up. So the machine's been fully tested. I used it to cut my lawn the other day. Well, that's all on. So one more test, because that should have come down by now if there's any fuel leak going to be there. So a clean rag. Nothing. There you go, there's your evidence. Nothing there, that's a little tiny rip. Nothing there at all. Wow, where's that come from? Might be a fuel pipe. Yeah, nothing there. Just a bit of fuel at the back, or was that already on there? No, got me thinking now, Mick. Let's try a new bit, just in case there's a bit of fuel already on there. Don't forget the machine was on choke. Yeah, nothing at all, good, right. So happy with that. Let's get the machine outside and just want to fire it all up, make sure it all still runs. Now we've fixed a fuel leak on it and hopefully we're good to go. With a new part just fitted as well for the height adjustment too. This machine's now ready for sale. Right, let's have it out. Now, as I said before in the previous video with the 20 SK I had, there's a reason why people like these Kawasaki's, because they start A1. Let me just take it off the old perch. I'll show you what I mean. So a quick little look around it, now it's done. So there it is, 20 SK. No fuel leaks. Oh, sorry, 17 SK. No fuel leaks. Yes, buddy? What's the matter, mate?
Mummy, fly home.
Mummy, what?
Mummy, fly home.
I'm running the phone behind. That's fine. I'll look after it. No worries, mate.
Hi,
Thank
guys.
you. Hi, guys. So the 17 SK is now done. It comes with a little manual as well. Manuals in there. What have I done to it since I purchased it? Yeah, I've done a carburetor clean, full carburetor clean. Checked the spark plug and what have you. Air filter was good. It has had an oil change. I did do that. But all in all, it's in really good nick. You know, it's in fantastic condition for what it is. Oil goes down in that little tiny yellow bit just there by the boy with a dipstick. So that's all done. And I think there was a problem with the throttle cable, but that might have been the 20 SK. Can't remember now off the top of my head. I think it was on the 20 actually, which I fixed. So that's all done. Let's put you back on the old perch. Excuse me, please. Can't see.
Okay, Daddy.
So let's have a quick look at the 17 SK. It should start first pull. It's not been started. Completely stone cold. All right, buddy. Completely stone cold. Okay. There is fuel in it. I'm ready, mate. Yeah. Turn it on. Not too fast.
Okay.
Bit of choke. Turn it on. So this is first fire up in about 3 days. Okay. That's all good, yeah. So that's off choke. Full revs. No hunting, no surging. Straight down to idle. No hunting, no surging. Back on the full revs. Let's take the brass box off so you can see the cylinder working. There's your cylinder. That all cuts. Drive. No grinding, no bumping. Lovely machine. But does exactly what it says on the tin. Cylinder's nice and sharp, doesn't need back lapping, doesn't need doing anything to it at all. It's chucking grass out the box, lovely. Comes with a metal roller, does everything it says it should do. It's a lovely machine. So there you go, 17 SK, all done, ready for shipping, off to Germany. Okay, 17 SK now all done. So total on that machine, I fixed the fuel leak, which is one that's given me a bit of a problem. I didn't think I'd fix that at first, but I have. I'm well happy. So I've got 2 spare fuel taps if I need them. I've checked the spark plug, it has had an oil change. I've checked the drive condition and also the cutting condition, all to be in fantastic condition. The engine runs absolutely A1 faultlessly, and I've cut it with my own lawn, as I did the 20 SK, and it just does a fantastic job. So now I'm looking for another Balmoral, which I may try and keep, although I do have a 30-inch Balmoral here as well, but that's got the that's an Atco Royal. That's the next one up. I'm sure it's a 30. I've got a 30 here as well, so I may get that out soon. Have a look at that. But yeah, super happy. That machine's going to go off to Germany. Fingers crossed. The bloke wants it. He says he does, and he's going to pay good money for it and get it shipped out to Germany as well. So hopefully he'll be super happy with that. His 20 SK is already on its way, so hopefully he'll be super happy. And he is now after an Alec Kensington on top, but they're quite expensive and they're not coming up second hand at the moment anywhere on any selling sites that I've seen. But hey ho. So yeah, all in all, we've done the fuel tap fix and just replaced the height adjustment indicator, which they do fall off. Because they're just clipped in there, you can just pull them off. So people do lose them quite a lot. That's quite common. But you can just drill in 3 self-tapping screws just to hold them in place if you wish to do so, which is what I do on a lot of the machines. So that's super cool. Good little video. If you like sort of video mixed mowers on how to fix a fuel tap leak, then hit the old subscribe button, whack the old bell, give us a thumbs up. That way you'll be told when I've done a video, or 2 of them on my Saturday night weekly live stream, which starts at 6:30 PM at UK time. I look forward to the next episode of Mixed Mowers very soon. But until then, people, don't forget, much more importantly, take it easy.